Hola, beautiful people. Welcome to the weekly rap show. I am your host and my good name is Victor Odhiambo, a boy handsome home and away. Na kila siku nasemanga ukiona kijana amepiga luku namna hii, jua kuna mfuko ya mzazi inaumia. Na sasa ndio mfuko ya mzazi wache kuumia. Kindly employ me, give me job. And the job you can give me simply is to come to your ceremonies. We have cameras, we can shoot your wedding shows, birthday shoot, every shoot that you want. Ceremony yote we got you covered. We want to give you a memory that will live forever. Na sasa choka kuimba hii maneno, tutakuja pale and we'll give you a good job. Call this number 0711 352 883. Call that number. Sai anza kunipatia gig. Kama uko Lodwa, uko Lokichogio, I will come. Hata US najaribu kupanga passport nione kama naweza fika because those gigs are very good. So ensure that you give me the job. Otherwise, how are you guys coping up? The month of September has been the longest month we've faced as a country. This is the month where we had the hot air and opaqueness. This is the month where we had President Ruto being the president. This is the month where we had the death of Queen Elizabeth the second after suffering for a long period of time. This is the month where Museveni was locked out of attending the Queen's funeral for lacking extra space for public toilets. I mean, this month has been long. In the same month, Magoha has done us that good thing. Magoha has closed, has opened the school in the same month. I mean, this month has been the longest. I mean, this is the extension of January katikati ya mwaka. But the good thing is, guys, as we are starting the show, we are saying, director, answer it to bus. Very good. Now, this month, which is coming, October, is going to be a month that hustlers are going to be happy. Because Safaricom apparently has lowered its Fuliza interest tariffs by 40%. Guys, it's good news. But now I'm here to say, don't Fuliza. Guys, Fulizering is not good, but it's good news in other way because they were taxing us 5 bob per day kwa Fuliza. Ina generate nyingine wazimu sana. So guys, I want to give you reasons why you should not Fuliza. Fuliza, ukifuliza kama tuseme kama ni punch, wewe ujue kila siku unachajiwanga 5 bob interest. 5 bob people, 5 bob interest. Take it to the bank. Kama unadhani ni uongo, leo Fuliza so moja uone. After 1 week utakuwa unalipa interest ya pesa ngapi? It is cheap as you may think, but it's expensive at the end of the day. So by now I think it was 40%, itakuwa around the 3 bob interest per day, which is actually very expensive still. Angalia, ukitoa punch ukose kulipa mwezi mzima, itakuwa 3 bob times 30, 90 bob extra. Your interest iko very high. I don't understand why, but you should not Fuliza. Otherwise, what I suggest, kama lazima uombe loan, I think you should go to Mshwari and take a loan from Mshwari because Fuliza now is very, very expensive. But it's a good news, at least Fuliza naokoleanga watu. But for me, I opted out because it's very expensive for me. So whatever you do, you do you and choose. But don't Fuliza, guys. Fuliza is very expensive. Now on to wrecking news of the week. We have been doing this thing. We have not done the wrecking news for like a couple of years. Now back to wrecking news. Wrecking news number 1. Eliud Kipchoge, the king of goat. The king of goats. No, the goat. The goat of marathon has actually done it again after squashing and beating his own record. I mean, Kipchoge has beat his own world record. Yani ameyeka hapo hakuna wanaitwanga. He beat his own record by 30 seconds, which they say, but according to me it was 31 seconds. That is must be the greatest athlete we have as a country. So congratulations Kipchoge. Naomba rais mtukufu akupatie pesa maradufu na akuja akumurife kwa barabara.
Don't run! Murife! Murife, don't run! Hey! Murife, don't run! Murife, don't run! Hey! Murife, don't run! Murife, don't run!
Yeah, now, guys, listen to this. This guy is faster than himself. Even Nike said that thing. You have to take it to the bank. This guy can murife anytime as he want it. But we appreciate him. This is the best guy we have seen athlete, and as a nation we would celebrate at least. Mimi nampenda sana. Now, that is not the issue that I came here with today. You know, when they say that when a fellow man is doing something good, you should emulate them. I did not understand Japan's way of emulating them. Because after failing to win that race, they actually brought a Kenyan to win the race for them. No, not by the name Kenya, but not by a Kenyan by birth. But the guy was called Kenya Tulosi. But he fails to clinch the win. He became number 7. Now, I just want to tell Japanese people, I know you love us so much, but you don't copy the name. You copy the nature of the run. Okay? Try putting the mbio in the work. Put action, don't put names. We don't work by names, we work by running. Yes, as a country we are people who run. Tunakimbianga tu kama wachawi. We wake up, we run. So that's why we win the races. It's a secret. You try it. It will work. Eh? Close it. Our story number 1 on what has been trending this week. A man allegedly forges wife's signatures and divorces her wife or his wife. Divorces his wife. Now imagine wakati pale mtaani unashangaa tu bwana yako anakujanga tu ametulia tu kwa nyumba, amenyamaza tu, kumbe jamaa alishakuacha bwana. Unazusha jamaa ongei ashakuacha bwana, alisha divorce. Anapack tu bag anaenda tu zake. Now the highlight of the moment was either that the man came in session court with a new wife. Jamani uliachwa na kuja mpaka na bibi. But you need to understand sometimes there's how women are built that you don't understand them. Mtu anakukasirikia tu for nothing. So guys, if you think you can follow that step, it is very bad, but you can just disappear. It is a matter of life and death. But you know that is the only point in life where women will come out and say that men are dogs. I mean, it is safe to say that men are dogs. But I will not argue with that point because men have always been dogs. I mean, have you tried kukatia dames yenye una pesa? Have you tried? Uko tu hapo, you know, babe, I thank you for supporting me every day of my life. If one day I get money, I will take you to Mauritius. I will give you, 16 rounds. Uongo, you know, on the other end, that lady atakuwa nasikia tu dogi kibweka. Uko hapo tu, baby, you know, yeah. Woo! Very sad story. I mean, men are dogs. Until you get money, you just allowed to be called dogs. I mean, at the end of the dogs can murifa people. It is good. Now, let us try some politics. I mean, I love politics so much. Now, during this concluded swearing in of MCAs, we've seen drama. We've seen drama in those swearing in. I mean, I think this example of this one is a symbolic proof that we have put mama mbogas in parliament this time round. Director wacheze waone hiyo mama mbogas in parliament.
Second, Ellen, Kaile, Nafa, kuwa nitatumikia kila wakati kwa kweli na bidii na wananchi wa Jamhuri ya Kenya katika ofisi ya wanachama wa bunge la kaunti ya Turkana kwa kuwa nitatekeleza majukumu yangu kwa bidii na kufanya shughuli zangu katika afisi ya tajika kwa bora uamuzi wangu kuwa la kila wakati.
Yeah, now I want you to understand one thing. Hao ni mamboga, but they just have money. I thought that in this case we needed to have a qualification process whereby someone needed to know how to read and write before they actually go to power. But now it comes to a time where people cannot even communicate a case of Kiswahili. Unajua Kiingereza tunasema Kiingereza ni ngumu. And I think it's high time basi as a country we put in place the fact that we need to put native language in parliament then. I mean, how do you expect someone like that to come and argue case of people when you wana maji pale mtaani and they can't even read a sentence that has already been read by other people? Yani ni kama shairi. Kila mtu amerudia akaikariri alafu unakuja unashindwa kusoma. How? It's very unsafe, and I think they need to put native language because I'm very sure Jalas pale parliament Kiingereza inaweza kataa. Anaweza rusha kijaka anytime randomly. So ensure you put a native language, or like saying it, instead of hiring these people going to power, please ensure that you put a law whereby we will have interpreters and bodyguards in parliament just to be safe. Mwanama namna gani wadau? Tuendelee. Now and We don't. I'm just hoping that the session during that, sitting in that county assembly will not turn out to be a mime kind of setup, because I don't understand how you'll tell people watu wangu wana maji. Just ensure that you bring something. Just have an education system where you can induct your people in English. Take them to Alliance so that they can understand English. Or as well my prestigious high school, the St. Patrick's High School Italian, the only school that is known in Germany. Yes, to take them there. They can speak English really well. Now, speaking of English, the issue of English. Now, do you know that MP Oscar Sudi has come out to put a prize on his English? For him to speak English, actually, you have to put 5 million worth of business on his table. Listen to this.
Unajua wengine wanasemanga ati unajua huyu Sudi ya kusoma hajui kuongea Kiingereza. Ukitaka niongee Kiingereza lete mtu ya biashara. Bora ni zaidi ya milioni 5. Utasikia ile Kiingereza mimi naongea.
I think it's time pia mimi before niongee Kiingereza mtabidi muanze kunilipa. I think you need to pay me. You have to give me a contract worth 50,000 for me to speak English. Ni biashara, then we are doing business. Give me those gigs. I want to put something. Another thing for people to smile with. Now, this week, the governor of Nairobi, Honorable Sakaja, has brought about that the filmmakers will not have to pay fines or money to shoot content in the CBD, which is actually a good move. And
watu wa creative economy, kwa muda mrefu watu wa kupiga picha walikuwa wananyanyaswa. Tumesema na watu wa inspectorate wako hapa, enforcement. Kijana mmoja akipiga picha na kamera, aeke kwa social media, apate advertising, asishikwe. Wacha afanye kazi yake. The freelance photographers, you know some of these rules are colonial. Ati ofo kupiga hii picha, piga, kwani picha itafanya nini? Pigeni picha.
I think it's high time me and my director we move to Nairobi and shoot content katikati ya streets. Si askari amekubali, rais mtukufu wa Nairobi amekubali. We can do this thing kwa streets. The only issue I have ni wale watu ambao wanashooting content na simu. Kindly don't go near the areas of Kiandutu, because and as much as you are going there, you may well lose your phone. That one is for sure. You will come back without your phone, but that is not the problem. If you are not careful, my friend, you will come back with a boxer. And that is if that boxer is a cowboy kind of boxer. Should I say Chelsea? Okay. That is for your safety. Come on, guys, but did you know that the new owner of Chelsea is suggesting that Chelsea should be named after cowboy? Do you know that? Speaking of lawmakers, Nyaribari Chache, member of parliament by the name Zahir Janda, now says that his first move in parliament is to foot a bill that will put an increment on the taxes charged on makeups and beautifying products, which is a very a kicker. This is a Kaikai's kicker on women who put on makeup. I mean, hii ndio ile kitu tunasemanga, he must have been done dirty. There's someone who did mheshimiwa dirty. What he ordered versus what he received was not good. Mlifanyia mheshimiwa kitu mbaya. Kitu ambaye alipata pale kwa ground haikuwa mzuri. But we don't support fornication. So mheshimiwa usilia. But I think it's a good thing that the country will have pesa mingi, kwa sababu nowadays wanawake uwezi hata msurprise. Ukishika tu macho yake bahati mbaya, you will remain with the God knows what construction site in your hand. So Nyaribari Chache, whatever you are doing, we need to have a bottoms up economy. Ensure that you start with the makeup. Tutapate pesa ya kuweka wale watu. Allow me to sip something. Now, politics is done. Let's go to the point that Lilian Ng'ang'a, the former Machakos First Lady, may have lost big after leaving the current cabinet secretary of foreign affairs, just to have an affair with a broke, but not kind of a broke rapper. Mumelewa hiyo. But it's good. The story of the matter here, however, is the fact that people tend to judge Lilian Ng'ang'a not in a good way. I mean, it's her life. So wacheni na huyo mama akae venye anakaa. But sources have it that Lilian said that they didn't actually break up in a bad term. So they could actually just talk and see what future holds for them. guys, that one is a character development waiting for a rapper. Tutakuwa na mistari kila mahali. But it's okay, it is fine. It is the case of their marital status. I will not enter through it. But congratulations to the newly elected cabinet secretaries. I saw names. It was actually a gifting of a political loyalist. It is not about what you did for what you are qualified to do. It is just a reward for posted with him. Prezo, it is okay, but kuna watu ulieka pale jamani wanishtua. But for the treasury part, kudos to you. That is a guy who was done governor of the Central Bank of Kenya. So I think in terms of economics, we will have a good thing. But I hope the parliament system of this time will have what we call people with the sanity as they gauge people who are elected to be those cabinet secretaries. We want people who will fight for the genuine people of a common wanjiko of this country. Don't bring us people because you want to bless loyalties. I mean, if you want to bless loyalties, make them the drivers of your vehicles as they go to march in Jamhuri days and that thing. But don't play with people's economy. But Prezo, it's okay. Whatever you did was good. At least you rewarded your loyalists with the thing. But I trust your judgment. Maybe it's a good idea for us. Now, guys, before I continue, this is just very important. Did you know that the people's president, you know him, he actually named his cabinet secretaries before he won the election?
Honorable Peter Munya as Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Chairman of the Kenya Productive Sector. I repeat, Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Chairman of Kenya Productive Sector. And Honorable Ali Hassan Joho as Cabinet Secretary for Lands to deal with the historical.
Now where we have Minister of Waziri and Minister of Waziri. We have Minister of Cabinet Secretary of Lands, who is literally right now counting his giraffe in his land. Uko hivyo Mombasa.
Let's go. Let's go, guys. Come on. Let's go.
The people's president. Now I just want to count specific days before we forget. I want to just tell kiongozi wetu mtukufu rais that it is approximately 2 weeks after you are sworn in. Now in 100 days, those 100 days that you have, we want to remind you that you have exactly how many days those ones, which let me say you have exactly 10 weeks to provide us free Wi-Fi. Tafadhali mtukufu rais, usijaribu kusahau, unafaa kutupatia free Wi-Fi. I see what you are doing. Hapana jaribu. Tafadhali. Moving on swiftly. Now, for what was trending, however, is fans showed up in a football match with pointers to direct their favorite club on where to score. Very good. This comes after the football club lost all matches since the season started. I've been wondering, how are going to lose match? Then it came to me that there's a probability that that club is full of Maguires. Watu walikuwa wanajifunga own goals. The fans had literally to put director wake waone.
Okay, yes, that's the whole.
Goli kwa hii side, wewe cheki rudi hii side, wewe oya cheki hii side. I mean, it's good to say that if these clubs which are being relegated in this country are suffering, we need to point to them where the goal is. I hear nowadays Ingwe club is trying to do that thing. They need to be shown where the goal is so that they can score. I don't think I've left another story apart from the fact that Murife has done me proud. Murife has really done me proud. That is the only man in this country who has lived his dream. Ameamua kuishi maisha kivyake. Murife has done us great. Now, for the purposes of knowledge, in this life, guys, take this. You need to follow your heart in everything. There's a difference, guys, before to now, man, let me just advise you in terms of Murife. There's a difference between hearing and listening. What I make papa kwanza. This is for the purpose of knowledge. You can be Murife. Do you understand what I'm saying? I say by the meaning of Murife. Director, waeke waelewa Murife ni
Don't run! Murife! Murife, don't run! Hey! Murife, don't run! Murife, don't run! Hey! Murife, don't run! Murife, don't run! Don't run! Murife! Murife, don't run! Hey! Murife, don't run!
Yes, now it is safe to say that you don't need to okay, I was saying something. Listening and hearing. Point number 1, listening and hearing. You can, there's something called listening and there's something called hearing. You are allowed to listen and hear. But when it comes to women, you are only allowed to hear, but not listen. Now, Murife in this case, what he did was alisikia. He heard. He heard. He heard. He had. And this case, Murife had the women. He didn't listen. And you see, he was safe. I mean, how do you tell someone not to run and the dog is after me? Bwana uongo, uongo mtupu, uongo. I will run. I will run even if it kills me. I will run. Don't take it to the bank. Men, there's a difference between listening and hearing. There are some things when you're told by a woman, just hear, don't listen. You can suffer profusely if you're not keen. Be careful. Guys, I think I'm done. It was a very beautiful time having you guys here. First of all, I just want to say thank you for the people who made this thing successful. To my camera person, Edmund Mwadime, God bless you. To my director, Woodward Miheso, Mungu akubariki sana. To our editor, Caroline Mbide, God bless you. To the executive producer of this show, Dedan Maina Gadara, that's our bishop, and Reverend Mary Maina, God bless you so much and continually expound your territories. Until next week, this was the Weekly Rap Show. What I tell you every day is, I am not a comedian, but I am very funny. Until next week, keep it here. We are the fountain of truth. Nawapenda sana majama. Don't Murife. Okay, you can Murife. If life is hard, Murife. Murife, don't run. I will run.